What's up, Pirates? Wraith here with Awaken TCG, and today we're going to be playing a game of One Piece and basically just talking it over. My goal for this video is to just give you guys tips. So I'm gonna talk through the game. My thought process is gonna be real slow. I'm gonna try to give you guys as much information as possible. This is probably gonna be helpful from a simple standpoint. If you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, I'm gonna try to touch on any subject that pops up while I play this game. I'm going to be playing this Gecko list that I ran at last week's Los Angeles regional, offline regional. I ended up going X3. I played three Black Yellow Luffy's in my bracket. I lost to two of them, a very, very hard matchup. It was unfortunate, almost made top cut. And then day two, I go and play a Winna Pudding. So there's a Charlotte Pudding top 64 promotion card or championship card up for grabs. You just had to win 6 rounds, and so I'm in the final. And of course, to finish out my weekend, I already went to shit because of the Black Yellow Luffy's. I play a Black Yellow Luffy and get sacked at the finals. Win a pudding, and I get like 5 Volume 3 promo packs, just some garbage. So very unfortunate weekend for me. I'm gonna be playing this list, giving you guys some tips. Let's go ahead and look for a game and honestly get right into it. All right, so we have a Gecko Mirror. First things first, obviously we want to really start off the game winning dice roll. Obviously that can't happen. So he wins dice roll, he goes second. Then obviously what comes next is our mulligan. This is a little more intermediate to advanced. You have to figure out what your opponent is playing, what is good into what your opponent is playing, and then figure it out from there. So we'll forego that for now. Maybe that could be for another video. But our hand has two 2Ks, a hogback that doesn't do much right now, and 2 Great Eruptions, so that's an easy mulligan. And then we actually got a insane replacement here with our Sindri to start, which is going to mill trash for us. That allows us to use our leader effect. So we actually got a Perona here, which is going to be our first turn. It's going to be our first play. Actually, we might get the ACOS with the hogback instead. Might just be a bit better. So my opponent plays a Searcher that doesn't do too much here. Not much else going on. Early on, there's, a good amount of things you could do. But for the most part, what we want to focus on is just getting our early lines out the way. And so now I'm already thinking ahead. We're going to hog back with leader ability. We're going to grab back the Moria. On our 7th on turn, we can Rebecca Hina Absalom, a target of his, which is going to feel really good. So on our 5 on turn, I wouldn't even mind going Kuzan. Kuzan swing 6 and establish that on our 5 Dawn turn to see if he has an answer for 6. So let's go ahead and start our play. We're going to swing 6. We're going to Hina in the trash because we can grab it back with the Rebecca. So we're going to do that. And so we have our Absalom set up for our 7 Dawn turn, which is going to be nice. We could have always Kuzan on 7. Is that the play? No, I think we go for a KO and just put pressure on the board so then his Moria is really bad. So we're going to stick to what we know, which is good. We're going to go get rid of our 1 Absalom. Is that going to hurt us later on? We'll forego that for now. We will send back Sindri and Brand New and grab back the Moria. We could have sent back the Prona, but it's always nice to have an extra 2K in trash to grab, whether that be through Rebecca or another Hogback. So our turn is over. We established the body, used leader effects, swung 6, got his first life out the way. And then our 5 Dawn turn is pretty set up. We're just going to swing 6. We're going to play Kuzan and pass. And then our 7 Dawn turn, obviously Rebecca, Hina, leader effect, Absalom. This might be, you guys might be thinking I'm sounding crazy with how fast I'm talking, especially for you new beginners. But essentially, the way I play this game is in the future. At all times, you want to be thinking what your opponent can do, what you can do. So my opponent here is on 4 Dawn. Realistically, he has 2 options. One, he's going to attach 2 to his leader, use leader effect, trash Thriller Bark if he has one, and establish a unit, maybe go Perona, maybe play Absalom. No, he wouldn't Absalom. Maybe, yeah, it's probably his best play is just Perona, or he can even Moria or Hogback, grab his own Moria. Or he can go Great Eruption, which is this card here, -2 on my Hogback, leader effect, trash and Absalom. So it looks like he's gonna go swing 5, play Kuzan, which I'm a fan of. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And we have another Absalom. So Now, oh, he plays a Borsalino. Okay, I think that's even better for us. That is 100 times better for us. Now we can just swing 6 in peace, play Kuzan, pass, right? This Borsalino is a non-factor for us. And the next turn, whatever he plays on his 6th on turn, we have the Rebecca grab the Hina, minus cost into Absalom. Unless he plays another Borsalino, then we can just forego that. Maybe leader effect, Perona. Um, we'll work from where we got. But going back to what I was saying, you want to play this game in the future. So there he gave me 2 1Ks, which is pretty bad. It means he has no 2Ks, which is good for us. So we swing player Kuzan, which is an insane body in this matchup. He has to have an answer for it now. You want to play this game in the future. Like, okay, so 6 Don turn. Think about his best 6 Don turn play. For me, it would be, because people run different versions. If they have a Borsalino, they're probably on the standard build. For me, it would be play Hina for 3, minus the Kuzan, and then leader swing, play an Absalom, pop the Kuzan, then he establishes 2 bodies, right? So I'm thinking that could be an option, but since I see the Borsalino, that's probably not in his repertoire. He has Brooks as well, so he probably doesn't have the Rebecca Hina, which is good for us, which is really, really good for us. He's probably thinking on what he can do to, kill this Kuzan here, which means he probably has to Absalom with something else. And then that plays perfectly into our Rebecca, grab the Hina, leader effect, Absalom play, establish a whole board, and then his Moria feels insanely bad. And then our Kuzan will be in trash because he KOs it, so then we can go Gecko Moria, bring back the Kuzan for a value Moria, and it's just so much value. So let's see what he actually does on 6 Don. I know I'm yapping. Hopefully you guys can follow along. This is like honestly a great free coaching session for anyone trying to get better. Okay, so he's swinging 5. We can honestly take one of the swings, maybe not this one. We have a free 1K with Absalom because we already have one in trash. We have 2 in trash, so us letting him know that we have a third one doesn't really matter here. We can give that up. So now we're both at 6 in hand, 4 in life, right? So this one here we could probably make our next turns a little bit better. And so that brand new actually is going to be very helpful. And so as you can see here, his turn was pretty garbage. Like he KO'd a Sindri from my board. And so now I think I can just run him over here pretty convincingly. Let's see here. I don't even know if we even want to clear the brand new because that's going to give him a target for his Moria. He probably already has a Moria. So I think we're going to stick to our play to pop something on the board. Just go super wide. I think we leave the Kuzan standing though. We probably leave the Kuzan standing because we honestly don't need it. And here we're going to swing 5 to bait a Borsalino blocker. A good thing to note, if they have a 6K blocker, you could always, swing into it and potentially get them to block. If they go for a block here, then we can swing into it and get more value, more cards out of hand. So he just blocked that for free, which is fine. Now we're going to go Rebecca. This is the play I was talking about on turn 2. Now we're on turn 4 and we're doing the exact same play. So we grab the Hina. We play the Hina minus the Brook. We go 6K at leader. Leader effect. We can pitch a brand new. Grab a Absalom. Send back. It's always events first and then something else you don't need. We have another Hogback as backup. Or Absalom, I should say, not Hogback. So we can throw that away as well. Get rid of the Brook. Now he has to defend the 6K or take, but since I'm at 3, he's probably going to take. Keep the Kuzan standing. So we look at his trash. We see he has no reducer. He's on 8 Don. So if he plays a Moria, his best turn is going to be Moria into something, which means he doesn't have a Moria play essentially. And so as you could see here, he played a brand new. He grabbed an Isho. So he's running an Isho. Very interesting. This might be a situation where he's running a Mesquite build, and I'm still on the old build. There is 2 tournaments before Mesquite, so I'm definitely still practicing without the bans. But this game is already looking very one-sided. I know the Borsalino is supposed to be good in the mirror, but unfortunately, I think it's a very slow card. Like it's just been sitting on the board, hasn't blocked with it, he hasn't swung with it. It's kind of just a dead card. He played it on his 4 Don turn for nothing. So I mean, at the end of the day, it just feels like a really bad card. So me personally, I just cut it out completely. And then he's going 6 at the Hina. I think we always block here. We want to play Gecko Moria. Okay, this is fine. We just shove. We just shove here. We be very aggressive. We shove. We don't give them any breathing room here. We probably keep the Kuzan standing. No, we probably honestly just shove. We're going to 9 Don, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we can go 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, which is going to be a lot of pressure on his end. I don't see a point in playing the Moria here. I can't KO anything. The Moria feels slow. I think we just go 7s and get him down to a lethal range. Like we're so ahead on resources here. Even more so once we finish these swings, like we'll be all right. We have 3 2Ks in hand. We just go very aggressive here. Put him down to 0. It's looking really good. And then obviously we're gonna have the we might actually want a leader effect and Perona. That's something we are looking at now that I'm swinging 7. We can leader effect, we can Perona, and then so he's gonna block here and give it up. Okay. So leader effect, we can go 7-7 one more time. And then what I want to do here is I want to trash the Lucci. I want to trash the Lucci just in case I need a Moria, Ice Age Moria next turn. We're going to be at 10 Dawn. We can Great Eruption, Ice Age, pop his Moria board with whatever he decides to do. So we need that Lucci in trash, which is going to be super helpful. And now he has to even trash a card and block out here or take life finally. And then we're just going to go 7-7. Just super pressure. And it allows us to keep the Kuzan standing, which is very, very huge. So next turn, we might not even need an Ice Age. We can just go Great Eruption, Moria. One thing to note, we don't have a reducer in trash to play off the Moria. So one of these Surus we're going to have to block with the next turn. Even if it's not for value, we just need it in the trash just in case. And then we just go 7-7. But I can't emphasize enough, how I play this game. I really, really want to, just keep your turns in advance and don't be afraid to change what your game plan is depending on what your opponent does. It's okay to have a set game plan going into the match, going into your next turn. But if your opponent does something unexpected, you need to reevaluate. You need to reevaluate, see if there's a better option. That is how you can play fluidly and honestly adapt, right? You see these top players being consistent. I think the last time I went X4 was early March in Santa Clara. And since then, I've only X3, X2, or X1. And so it feels really good to just like know that I'm, at this level where, even if I lose or have a bad beat like last weekend, like I can still perform and finish out right. I still want X3. 7-3 is not bad. It's still very good. It's, top 10% of the players in that tournament easily. But as you can see here, he surrendered. There was probably no win for him, no win con. I had another Moria in life too. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. I know I yapped and all you guys saw was the gameplay. My editor is gonna have a video very soon for Patreon and for the YouTube channel, kind of like as a trailer. So hopefully that is comes out as good as I want it to. Maybe that can be the future style for some videos going forward. Just make sure to be on the lookout for that. I hope you guys enjoyed all the tips. Yeah, just practice against good players. Get better. The better you get, the better your opponents can be, right? If you're a really good player and you're getting better, you can ask better players to play you, right? Start performing, you'll get noticed, right? So obviously if you win a tournament, oh, and you ask me to practice, oh yeah, sure. Like I know you're good, right? You top 8, oh, this person is of quality. I'd be more inclined to play with them. I'm not saying I won't play with you if you're, a beginner. I'd still love to play and help you guys learn. Maybe I can set up a class where I can teach a bunch of beginners wanting to learn how to play. I can get a whole classroom full of people in Discord, and we can just go on a session and just learn together. I know my cousin just started playing and he's a really, really beginner. He played his first games in LA. He accompanied me and he was loving the game. He played like 4 or 5 games and he just finished getting the sim on his computer. So next week on his days off, he's gonna practice. He's gonna start learning. So maybe it's something I can do with you guys. I think it'd be pretty fun. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like this video, comment down below if this was helpful or not, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.